The Tern Link D8 and the Tern Link C8 are popular 8-speed aluminum folding bikes built for city riding, but they differ in price, components, and handlebar adjustability. So which one is for you?
This is the Tern Link D8. This is one of their most popular models in the Tern folding bike line. They're non-electric bikes. Historically, our two most popular models have been this one, the Link D8, and the model just below it, the Link C8. Ordinarily, the D8 is priced at, I think it's around $1,100 or so. They're currently running a special on it at $999. That's they're calling it a back-to-school special. It's a really good deal because it puts it only about $75 more than the C8, and it's got a lot of features that the C8 does not have. We're seeing sales on the D8 increase because of this. The key differences between the C8 and the D8, the C8 has no adjustability to the handlebars. The D8 has what they call their Andros stem. You flip these two levers up, and now I can pivot the handlebars down and forward, up and back, put them wherever I want, what's comfortable for me. I can also position the brake levers and shifters by rotating the handlebars wherever I want them, and then I just lock it in place like that.
Ah, that is different.
What's nice is you can do that, in the middle of a ride. If you're suddenly feeling like, oh, I'm hunched over too much, you just reach down, while you're stopped, obviously. You reach down, make the adjustment, and then you continue your ride. Which is a really nice feature to this bike. Another thing that I like personally on this bike versus the C8, C8 uses a twist shifter. This uses a thumb-operated and finger-operated shifter here. So you use your thumb to go to lower gears, index finger to go to harder gears. And I just find it's a little easier system to use personally. Some people really love twist shifters. I don't personally. But also, the component level of the shifter and the derailleur is a good notch higher on this than it is on the C8. This is a Claris derailleur, which is just a better quality derailleur. C8 uses, I forget which level it is. And finally, the other big difference I've noticed that people will notice about the D8 over the C8 is it has a better, sturdier rack. It comes with bungees, and it has these extensions back here that allow you to put an actual pannier on here and have it pretty well supported. The less expensive rack just kind of does a triangle here and you don't get this extra support back there. So it's just a nicer bike overall. At the ordinary pricing, it's a significant cost upgrade, but right now at $999, it's a great deal.
Okay, so what kind of bike is this? Where would you ride this kind of bike?
This basically is going to ride just like a regular hybrid bike that you would take on any bike path, road, etc., except that it folds, and it folds up nice and small, and it's convenient. It's small enough package you can take it on like metro or some other multimodal transport kind of thing. Take it on a passenger train, whatever, and then you unfold it and get to your destination, and away you go.
Tell me a little more about this.
It has an 8-speed derailleur, single chainring up front, 8 sprockets in back, and that's pretty typical on folding bikes that you have just the shifting at the back. It's got good solid linear pull brakes, also called V-brakes in the industry, and it has Tern's really simple classic fold. You put the kickstand up, make sure your pedals are rotated around so the left one's slightly forward. You drop the seat post all the way to the ground. Then the main frame latch. There's a safety button you move forward and then pop open like that. The front end comes back. There's a metal plate right here. Joins onto a magnet on the left hand side on the back. Locks together like so. And then the handlebar, again, safety button, flip open, rotate down, and there's a rubber strap that holds it in place. Last part, you can fold in the pedals. The left-hand pedal doesn't fit in, it doesn't stick out at all, so I don't worry about the left-hand pedal, but you can if you really want to.
Yeah, that was
it's a nice compact package, yeah.
Yeah, that is. So can you roll it?
You can't really roll it the same way easily that you can a Brompton.
But you could roll it. It seems like
you
might be able to.
But you have to make sure you roll it in a very specific. You only want to roll it on the front wheel, basically.
Oh, one wheel.
Yeah.
I see. So
yeah, because otherwise you might start moving the cranks if you have the back wheel.
Oh, okay. But at least you have that option.
You have that option.
Yeah, that is a nice bike.
And it's about 30 pounds, so it's pretty easy to carry.
Oh, 30 pounds.
Yeah, not too heavy. Something else I should mention about Tern is that they have what they call Tern Care. All you have to do is register the bike with Tern, and they give you a little QR code to do that, or there's places on their website you can register it. And suddenly your 5-year warranty on the frame and the folding parts becomes a 10-year warranty. They double the warranty length simply for registering the bike, so it is well worth doing.
And that
Yeah.
tells you the good quality that
Yeah.
they think their bikes
Their bikes are excellent.
good quality
Yep.
enough to give you a 10-year warranty.
Yep. They also have extremely good support. I mean, anytime an issue does come up, they're right on it and solve the problem right away. They've been a great company to deal with. We've been a dealer with them since they started around 2011 or so, and we've loved working with them.
Can you say this is comparable to the Brompton G?
Similar, yes. I mean, it's about the same size when it's folded. It's got 20-inch wheels. So yes, this is the other choice. If you're looking for a 20-inch folding bike, the Brompton G line or one of the Terns, those are your two choices. And there are pros and cons to each of them. I would say overall, if I were going to be doing a lot of off-road riding, I would probably steer towards the Brompton because I just think the design is a bit more rugged. However, you're going to pay a significant premium for the Brompton over something like the Tern. This is around $1,000, and its regular price is around $1,100, I think. But it's less than half of what a Brompton G line is.
The Brompton G is more rugged, more
yeah,
travel.
And also the frame of the Brompton, the way it's designed, I think would handle
the suspension
off-terrain better. Not just suspension, just the construction of the hinge joints I think is more durable and would hold up better under really rough riding.
Okay.
But if you're mostly on pavement,
right,
it's not really an issue.
It's not an issue.
Right.
Okay. Oh, that's really good.
It's ride and shine. I rise with a mind to fly. It's time to